When football players say they miss football, they don't mean just the X's and O's. We miss the people. We miss the locker rooms. We miss the bus rides, the inside jokes, the teammates we saw every single day, all of that. Football is one of the few things in life where a group of strangers can become brothers through shared suffering. The workouts, the conditioning, the practices, the wins. Nobody really understands football players like other football players. So today, we're talking about football stories, football brotherhood, unforgettable moments, and the unwritten rules of every great teammate that every football player understands. Welcome back to episode 20 of the Trust Troupey Podcast. Yo! What is good, everybody? Welcome back. Episode 20. You know how it is. We had to skip last week. I apologize. We had to skip last week, but we are back in full effect. We are back and in full effect. You know how that goes. Obviously, got to do a little plugging every single episode. Okay. Obviously, like I said, we're here. Make sure you go follow the podcast page at Trust Troupey Podcast. Make sure you go follow the podcast pages on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at Trust Troupey Podcast. Make sure you go follow the YouTube for the visuals at what's his name? I apologize. At Troupey Whoopie. Let me fix this camera. At Troupey Whoopie. Make sure you guys go follow every single page that we got. My main page at Troupey Whoopie. We got a lot going on. We got a lot we want to talk about. We got a lot we want to get into. There's a lot of things that we 100% can. We got a lot of things that we can plan here. You know what I'm saying? But very excited. Very excited. Very. Let's just say I'm very excited. Okay, but let's get straight into the episode. Today we got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about some like football stories. I feel like a lot of people don't know like my football background, right? Like obviously I played D3 ball at DePaul University, but I have some funny ass stories, man. I got a lot of prompts I want to talk about with this, so let's get straight into it. First things first, I want to tell you guys about the worst conditioning story the worst conditioning I've ever done, right? I've told this a couple times on my main TikTok page, but okay, boom. It was my sophomore year of college. We're about to go play the Italian national team in Italy, right? We're about to go play in Italy. It's crazy. We got, I don't know how it happened, but we was able to go. We're about to go play the Italian national team, bro. It's crazy to even say that. But so we finish up spring practices, we get like a week off, and then we're right back into practicing again. So imagine having two spring practices. Imagine having two spring practices, right? So obviously, obviously we're all like poofed out because football has gone until May now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're about to leave in mid-May to go to Italy, right? We get to those practices, everything's cool, everything's great. And then we're a day out. I mean, we have our post-spring scrimmage or our spring game, as you will. We had it. I thought it was a solid game. I guess coach was not fucking with it, right? We had our ring ceremony on that day and we had our spring game. Our defensive coach was not fucking with it at all, right? We think we had a good day, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. We get into the film room. Oh my God. We get to the film room and coach is sitting there. He doesn't even have the film up. He's just sitting there looking like this. He's just like hand, you know what I'm saying? He's just looking flustered. So we're all like, Coach, you good? Like, what's going on? You good? Coach he quite literally goes, that was the worst scrimmage I've ever watched in my life. And I've been coaching for 10 years. Mind you, we thought it was a good scrimmage. I didn't think it was all that crazy. I didn't think it was all that bad. He goes, that was the worst scrimmage I have ever watched in my 10 years of being a football coach. You know what? I got something for y'all today. Whoa, coach. Whoa. Time out. What do you mean you got something for us today? What do you mean you got something for us today? He goes, don't even worry about it. I got something for y'all today. We get out to the freaking field and no bullshit. Oh my God. We go straight to pursuit drill. And usually, you know how pursuit drill is. You run a lot during pursuit drill. We get to pursuit drill. Coach goes, since y'all want to make me look like shit, y'all want me to get fired. It's okay. Y'all legs finna be on fire. I said, huh? He goes, first team defense up. We waltz up there. He goes, we about to do pursuit drill, but I want you to go sideline, other sideline, other sideline, other sideline, and back. And then you'll play a whole play. And then you'll go off the field. Coach, 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 coach. Time out. Time out. I was legitimately flustered. So that he goes, ready? Like, we're not even saying it. He goes, ready, set, go. We go, sideline, 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 and back. And then we play a whole play against the offense. That was one rep. We did that 15 times. We did that 15 times. This was at the start of practice. This was at the start of practice, not the end of practice. This was at the start of practice. And when I tell you, the rest of the practice, moving slow as hell. I'm getting beat the rest of the practice because I'm tired as hell. Like, he ran us into the ground. I didn't think the scrimmage was that bad. I guess he's seeing something different. He said he talked to his pops. His pops was like, this is embarrassing. They're out there playing like we ain't never played before. Man, needless to say, we went out to Italy and we beat them boys 70-0. I'm telling you, that was the worst conditioning I've ever experienced in my life. I went home. I went home and I just slept on the floor. I didn't even take a shower yet. I woke up probably a couple hours later. I went to go take a shower later. Legs were sore as hell. I was dead. I was done. Oh my God. Oh my God. You would have never thought. You would have never thought conditioning could get so bad. No, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, whatever you think it was worse. It was 100% worse, bro. Oh my God. But yeah, that's 100% the worst conditioning story I've gone through. I don't know. We might make this a full story episode. I just going to tell stories the whole time, man. But boom. Let's get into another story. I'm going to tell you a story about one of the funniest coaches I've ever had in my life, right? Boom. Today I'm going to talk about my DB coach, right? His name is Coach Snurka. I used to call him Coach Snurka. Everybody used to fucking clown me for it because, like, I believe he had like a weird thing in his name to where it was Snurka instead of Snurka, even though it was Snirk. Whatever. Coach Snurka, right? He was the funniest coach ever because we would get into film and he would say the most suspect shit ever. Like, more suspect. And I made a video about this literally yesterday. He said some of the most suspect shit you ever think of. For example, we were talking about driving the football. We play corner, we play DB. He was like, you guys need to drive. You just need to drive the football. So instead of just saying, hey, emphasizing driving the football, he goes, no, guys, you have to ride the tip and hump it, hump it, hump it. Coach, time out. What are you talking about right now? What are you talking about right now? And he said it with a straight face. He was like, what? What are you talking about? He thought it was okay. And he was like, you guys got to realize I came through it from an age to where all of that stuff was normal sayings. I was like, Coach, that's pause. But not only was he just like funny as hell, we called him a hippie because of like his tendencies and his stuff that he did. Always barefoot. Always barefoot. Always barefoot. On the field, in the locker room, in the stadium, other people's stadiums, barefoot. Everywhere is barefoot. Dude, we were in film one time. This motherfucker takes off his shoes and socks and plasters them on the whiteboard. So he's literally sitting up with his feet up on the whiteboard, toes just out. Oh, I swear to God, it was the funniest shit ever. And I might make a video about that moment in specific on my TikTok. But oh my God, it was so funny. But he was just hilarious. He would literally, but like, I loved him though. He always believed in us. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those coaches that was like, hey, I know you can do it. You just got to show you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my the corner on the other side during our scrimmage game against Franklin, my senior year of college, I guess the other corner on the other side, he got beat. And You know, he's usually up in the press box. Our DB coach is up in the press box. He's the assistant coach. He's up in the press box, so he gets beat. So he calls our defensive coordinator. I mean, he has our defensive coordinator in the headset. He said, "Give the fucking headset to Coons." He give the headset to the other corner. He gives the headset. He gives the headset to Coons, and he goes, "Put that big ass." Put that big ass on him and put him on the side. Oh my God. No. I'm so serious. He says, put that big ass of yours on him and put him in the sideline. Oh my God. This was mid-game. We were so bro. And he said stuff like this on the daily. Like I feel like he knew what he was saying. He knew exactly what he was saying because there was no way that many suspect stuff can come out of somebody's mouth consistently. Oh, it was consistent, bro. We used to take a tally of Coach Circa during film. We used to take a tally of him during film. He got up to 150 tallies in 1 week just of suspect shit. Just of suspect shit. Just pause moments. Oh my God. One of the funniest coaches I've ever encountered in my life. Like, he almost seemed like he wasn't real at times. That's how funny he was. But he was a great coach. We were always in position to win. We were always in position to be, we were one of the better DB groups in the conference every year. Like, we were nasty, and he was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? But oh my God, he was freaking hilarious. Film sessions with him were absolutely peak. Absolutely peak. Absolutely peak. But he was one of those coaches. He was one of those coaches that, like, he's one of those cool, like, position coaches, but then he'll have like a 1 day out of it was every Tuesday. Because we had Mondays off. By NCAA rules, you got to have 1 day off. Our day off was Monday, right? We had Mondays off. He would used to come in pissy every Monday. And that was the only day we knew. Like, as soon as we seen him, we'll say, "What's up, Circa?" He'd be like, "What's up?" And then we go around the DB room and be like, "Hey, Circa on one today. Let's not fuck up today." Needless to say, all of us end up fucking up every day because we always do the most. It's tackle drills, it's 7-on-7, it's this, and then it's a whole bunch of shit that goes on. Bro, we were doing a tackle drill and he brought the dummies out. We're supposed to be gator rolling, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be gator rolling. You know what I mean? We get there, and I forgot who it was. One of my fellow DBs gets in there and does a half-ass rep. It looked like shit. I can't even lie. He goes in there, he does a half-ass rep, rolls, whatever. And then he goes, "Stop dicking around and go fuck the bag." Bro. And the thing is, we used to go around the locker room telling other position groups about what he was saying, and they'd be like, "No, he would never say some shit like that." We'd be like, "Are you serious right now? This is Circa 1-on-1. He used to say shit like that so often, too. It was fucking hilarious, bro. And it never made sense because some of it will be right within context. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like he told us one time that they were shoving their dicks in our ass during a game. Understandably so. We were losing. But then there were some times, like the ride the tip of hump it thing. Still, again, I don't know the context. I simply don't know the context of that clip to this day. I still don't know. If you asked me what the context was, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. I legitimately couldn't tell you. But no, love Coach Circa. He was fucking hilarious. Funny ass locker room story. You know, we gotta keep things a little balanced. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about mentalities. We've been talking about all this other stuff when it comes to football. We never get into just the lighthearted moments of football. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much more to the sport than just you gotta be better than this person. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun that comes with the sport that you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fun that comes with the sport. So I want people to understand that. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know. I want people to get that. You know what I mean? So, boom, let's talk. Boom. So we're in the locker room. I believe it's what happened. Okay, let me try to break down the details. Okay. We're in the locker room. I think it's my freshman year of college. We know what I'm saying. It's no, what is it? My freshman year or is it my sophomore year? It's my sophomore year of college. We lost to our rivals my freshman year, right? Tragic. It sucked. It was ass. It was garbage. We lost to our rivals. Our sophomore year, we came back and we beat their ass 49-14 the next year. We beat their ass. We got back in the locker room, bro. I'm talking cigars, champagne, because we just won conference for the second year in a row too, right? Cigars, champagne, you know what I mean? I walk into the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, it's a whole 20 degrees outside. I walk into the locker room with everybody else. We hype, we excited. All of the coaches, everybody there, popped a bottle of champagne. Man, I smelled like fucking champagne. It was bad. I smelled like champagne. But popped the bottle of champagne, whatever. And then I look over, I see my quarterback puffing the damn cigar in the corner of the locker room. I'm like, yo, the fuck is going on? Mind you, you know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? This is the second year we've won conference. We've been here before, but like motherfuckers is wilding. We got motherfuckers filming TikTok videos. We talk about some Wabash. What happened? Bro, one of the greatest locker room moments ever. I was with my D tackle. We were sitting there and we were playing that you remember that song that Tom Brady posted out? He went to the Super Bowl his final time. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. It's bad, but hey, we had that bitch bumping. We was all sitting there. We got the phones out. We were recording. We just sitting there. Tom Brady ended up. Damn, y'all niggas thought we wasn't gonna be back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, and we did that every year. It became a tradition every single year to do that shit. As soon as we won conference, we ain't going nowhere, bro. It was, and I'm trying to tell y'all, like, that's one thing about like football that like you will never, like, if you ain't never played, you'll never get to experience it, bro. That brotherhood aspect. And actually, that's the next topic we're going to talk about. But yeah, like I said in the intro, you'll miss a lot about football. You'll miss the glory days, the praise. You'll miss all of that. But the main thing you're gonna miss is that brotherhood. That brotherhood. You're gonna miss the camaraderie, the silly ass moments. You're gonna miss all of that shit, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Oh my God, you're gonna miss it so bad, and you're gonna miss it, and it's not gonna hit you. It's not gonna hit you until you get to the point where you're like, oh shit, damn, like I really do miss that shit. Like those locker room moments of just talking with random ass people, having random conversations, freestyles in the locker room, arguments in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? Even the little talks you used to have on the sideline during practice, you know what I'm saying? During water breaks and shit like that. Like, bro, oh my goodness. You miss it so much, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of it comes from like the shared suffering, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way to get through fall camp, leaning on your brothers. I can't lie because like it's so draining, it's so mentally draining, all of that, you know what I'm saying? But every year if you lean on your brothers and really hone into football, just understand that like you're gonna you're doing you're sitting there and you're playing football for free until school starts. You're a football player. Remember how, like, you know, your coaches are going to say all the time, be a student athlete. That's the only time you get to be an athlete first. So, like, lean on your brothers, hang out with them, talk with them, have that fun. You know what I'm saying? Because going through camp, going through summer workouts together, they suck. It's simply put. You're not going to be able to make that fun. You're never going to be able to make that fun, but you can make it enjoyable by being with your brothers and talking with people and meeting new people and, you know what I'm saying, building a better relationship with your coaches. Like there's always something that brings you closer together, you know what I'm saying? And there were so many people on my team that I didn't like. There's so many people on my team that I couldn't stand, but as soon as we touched that turf, it's no longer about liking you or not being able to stand you. It's, hey, we both have a common goal. We want to go win another championship. Can we do that? Can we go out there and can we perform despite how we feel about each other off the field? You know what I'm saying? Because off the field is a different story. I'm not saying you got to do this off the field, but on the field, we both have a common goal. We both have a common occurrence that we want to get done. How bad do you want it? I want it bad enough to the point where I can look past this shit while I'm on the field at least. Like I said, we don't gotta like each other off the field. But that's where brotherhood really comes to, because I just think about it with my siblings in general, you know what I'm saying? It's not every day that you know what I'm saying, that they're making me smiling and laughing, but I know those are my siblings at the end of the day. I love them, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happens, regardless of what argument we get in, regardless of how much they annoy me, regardless of how much they you know what I'm saying, any of this, how much they don't like me or whatever. Like, it's still love at the end of the day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's never a time where you're always gonna be fond of no, your sibling gonna piss you off, your sibling gonna make you mad, your sibling gonna annoy you, your sibling gonna irritate you, your sibling gonna be selfish, stingy, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know damn well somebody else tried to ruin that shit, you'd be on their ass, right? It's all like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing I miss about it. Is like, obviously I have plenty of friends outside of football, but like there's just nothing that can like replicate a football brotherhood. There's nothing that can replicate your being alongside people that want to do the same thing as you, because the world's super big, right? The world's super big. The world's super vast. You're never going to be in a group where you have 150 plus people who all have the same exact goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be around 50, 60, 70, maybe 80, 90, 100, maybe. You're never going to be in a place to where all 150 of you are after the same exact thing. And then, not to mention, building success off of that. Winning with the team. I'm telling you, winning with the team that knows they have the capability to win is everything. I'm trying to tell you, my senior year, we have a senior meeting we have every year right before fall camp starts, right before the first day of fall camp. We go in there, we lock ourselves in a room, we come up with a motto for the year, we come up with our goals for the year, we come up with our with everything that we want to accomplish for the year. We come up with every single thing we want to accomplish every year. You know what I'm saying? We came into that meeting and we were like, the first thing my boy Quig said was, I want to win a fucking national championship. I'm tired of losing in the playoffs. I'm tired of, you know what I'm saying? I want to win a national championship. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, that didn't get done, but like, that's what it takes. It takes a valiant group of guys that are like, I want to get this done so bad. And we all, like, it was no like pushback or nothing. He said, I want to win a national championship. We have the team good enough to win a national championship. Let's go win it. And we all looked in the Koreans like, yes, leave no fucking doubt. Let's go. We went out there. We dominated the country. But we came up short. We came up 1 yard short of making it to the semifinals. 1 yard short, one single yard short. But yeah, like having that like camaraderie, having that like that willpower to win with your team, to win with your family, because that's what essentially becomes. It becomes family. It becomes like everything around you. It becomes what's really within you and beside you. You have to go out there and you have to win with a group of people that want to win. Look at every program in college football, in the NFL. I guarantee you there is an emphasis on, we are good enough. We know exactly where we want to be. Let's go accomplish it. Every time. Every single time. Every time. There is no doubt. There is no, well, maybe. No. It's none of that. It's always, hey, we have the team good enough to go do this. Let's go get it done. Let's go get this shit done. No more bullshit. Let's go get this shit done, bro. Come on. That's the best part about football, man. It's the best part, you know what I'm saying? Football friendships aren't like your friendships outside of football. Football friendships are different. Football friendships is love and support always. Even if you don't like that motherfucker, you know you need that motherfucker to win. You know you need that motherfucker to win. Even if you don't like that motherfucker, even if you hate the person you playing next to, you better find a way. You better find a way to take football and separate it. Separate the shit. Better find a way. Now, after this shit ends, cool. We ain't got to be cool. I don't fuck with you, actually. I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with that. But as of right now, hey, let's keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I mean? Football is what we're here for. Football is what we're trying to get at. Football is the end all be all here. Winning, you know what I mean? That's why a lot of the times, like, if you see like these football podcasts or whatever, a lot of the times they're just bonding over shared experiences because football experiences are all the same. They might differ just a little bit, but they're all the same. We all go through the same things. You know what I'm saying? We all go through the same things. Learning the difference between teammates and friends, knowing the difference between the people you fuck with and the people you don't, but also knowing the difference that people you need to win and people you don't. It's all necessary. It's all necessary. And it's all relative too. You know what I mean? But let's move on to the next segment, okay? I kind of want to talk about some crazy things I've been seeing going on within the football realm and world, right? Not gonna lie to you. I think the trajectory that football is going, we're getting into an era of stats over production. We're getting into an era of worrying about the wrong thing. And again, I talk about this often on this podcast because it's a lot of this podcast is mental. You know what I'm saying? When I upgrade my setup and all of that, we're gonna start talking X's and O's and how to think through certain things and coverages and schemes and all of that. But right now, we're talking mental football. We're talking everything mental. And I talk about mentality a lot on here too. I talk about how you have to think as a football player, how you have to think of yourself, how you have to think of other people, how you have to, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time I think as we move further and further and the people get younger and younger, you know what I'm saying? You start to see how many people care, what people care about, and the monetary things people start to care about. I was talking to this kid the other day, right? He sent me his film and he goes, "Hey, I just want to be ranked." Ranked? Why are you worried about that? You got to worry about your play. Like, why are we worried about being ranked? He said, all of my friends around me are ranked or whatever in the top 300, and I feel like I'm behind. I said, how do you feel like you're behind? He tells me, because I feel like I am as good as them, but they're getting all the recognition and I'm not. And it made me think about it because yeah, that's a big problem in high school football. But at the same time, like you can't think about anybody else's recognition. You got to go out there and show you deserve that recognition. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the stars. The stars will come if you're like realistically, I think stars are bullshit. I've been saying this forever. I think stars are stupid because it gives not only it gives kids that might not be that good a false hope, but it gives kids that are probably as good that extra cockiness that you know what I'm saying. I love a cocky person. I love people that are cocky because I think you should be confident within yourself enough to be a bitch about it or arrogant about it. But at the same time, like, don't be weird about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he kept telling me, he was just like, how do I get stars? How do I get there? And I was just like, back then, if you was playing when I was playing in high school and stuff like that, I could have told you that. You know what I'm saying? I could have told you, hey, you go to all these camps and you absolutely go crazy. If you go to these big camps right here and you show out, you'll probably get stars. Now I genuinely can't tell you what gets high schooler stars anymore. I seen a couple high schoolers with stars that have no film. I seen a couple high schoolers with stars that have played one singular season, like one singular season with a couple games. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I think a lot of these kids are worried about that, and where they're worried about the rankings, they're worried about this team or that team or this player or that player, to the point where they're not believing in themselves, right? I was always under the mentality if we were facing against a 3-star, 4-star receiver, shit, I'm just as good as him. Well, he gonna have to show me he better than me. He got to show me. But I don't know how many kids have that mentality. How many kids have that mentality these days? I feel like every time I look up on the internet or every time I got a kid messaging me, it was, hey, this 4-star wide receiver is doing this. What do you think about it? I was like, what does that mean for anything? Like, I don't know. It's not me hating on the kids that have stars because, again, I've seen a lot of kids that absolutely are very valid within those stars. Like, yes, motherfuckers can play, but I've also seen some different circumstances. I seen some kids that were absolutely huge, but they have those stars because they're huge. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like the mentality going into some of these seasons is crazy. Like, my dad was telling me our little cousin is 5A All State D lineman, no offers. What? All State, no offers? Going into a senior year. My dad sends me his film. This motherfucker's mauling guards and centers at D tackle. Mauling, but no offers? You know what I mean? So, like, that's the type of thing I don't. I would need to get a little bit more into it. Obviously, I'm kind of big into recruiting right now because obviously, like I'm trying to help a lot of kids out. So I've been in this process of watching a lot of film, or what a lot of kids film recently. But at the same time, there's some kids I'll look at and be like, okay, here are your things you need to work on. Here are some things that you can get better at, right? In order to get to this point. Then there's some kids that I'm just like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, no camp is gonna, you know what I'm saying? You have the talent. It's about getting the exposure, you know what I'm saying? That's why I tell these kids to post your highlights, post all of that stuff on your stories, post it everywhere, because you never know who's gonna see it, bro. And that's a part of the reason why I react and I and I look at people's film and I react to people's film and I post it on TikTok because I want kids to have that exposure. I want kids to have that exposure. You know what I mean? I want kids to 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 see and understand that a lot of this recruiting thing is connections. A lot of this recruiting thing is you know what I'm saying? A lot of this recruiting thing is connections. A lot of this recruiting thing is everything but talent. You know what I'm saying? Talent is a part of it, but it's not the main part. You know what I mean? Not the main part of it. It never was the main part of it. It's always been everything else. It's always been everything else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there were some kids that they just simply were around the right people or they went to the right school that those coaches have a connection with them, you know what I'm saying? Or again, a big part of the reason why a lot of kids get offers from a young age, from like sophomore year up, is because coaches are actively reaching out to coaches. I'll tell you this right now. Like I said before, you're never going to get those high level D1 offers if your coach is not vouching for you. It's just not going to happen. A lot of the times when those kids are getting those offers or those rankings or whatever, it's because they have coaches going to bat for them, going to bat for them. Same thing with these all conference and all American and all state lists. You know what I'm saying? When they meet in these rooms and they talk about all state or all corners or whatever, or all conference or whatever like that, they go through the list of the corners. Hey, we have this guy. He has 6 picks, this, that, and the third. What are we thinking? First team, second team, third team. And then they have a unanimous vote. Hey, first team, first team, first team, second team, second. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's all about your coach vouching for you. Your coach has to vouch for you. Your coach has to vouch for you. Has to vouch for you. You will never be as successful as you think you'll be if your coach isn't vouching for you. Your coach has to vouch for you. That's the only way you're going to get offers. That's the only way you're going to get any type of recognition. That's a big part of it. You'll get some offers here and there on your own, but even then, your coach has probably been in contact with them. That's a big part of it. But one of the biggest reasons why I got any of the offers I got is because we had a coaching change going into my senior year of high school. Senior year of high school, I had some looks, I had some interest from some coaches, but nobody ever pulled the trigger, right? Nobody ever pulled the trigger. We had a little debacle with our head coach. Our head coach gets fired. He's gone. He's done. This is in the middle of summer workouts. We have no idea. Mind you, we didn't even find out from him. We found out from a Twitter post from the local news reporter in the area. Coach Mick Ressler has been fired. We were like, oh my God. We didn't know who our coach was. Then our offensive coordinator that just got hired over from Zionsville comes up and says, hey, I'm you guys' new head coach, right? Gets in there, whatever. We're meeting him for like the second, third time. We had a couple private workouts with him before the season started or whatever, and he will ask me the first thing he asked me was, Troupe, you have no offers? And I said, mm-mm. He said, okay. First week of summer workouts happen. He comes up to me. He said he introduces me to a coach. He said, hey, Troupe, this is Coach such and such. He's from DePaul. How you doing, Coach? And whatever. You ain't got no offers? Mm-mm. That's going to change real soon, right? Season starts. I play the first game. Boom. First offer right after that first game. Shit. Then it just started to pile on. Offer. Got as high as some D2. The highest offer I got was D2. I had some preferred walk on at some FCS and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like at some like lower level D1 schools. You know what I'm saying? But the highest offer I believe I got was a D2 offer. I ended up going to D3 because of that school and that program was way too good for me not to go. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to go into media and broadcasting, so I had to go. But without Coach Geske, I don't get any of those offers. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't get the recognition or nothing. I felt like I was one of the better corners in the city, but I wasn't getting the recognition. You know what I mean? The fact that he was able to get a coach in contact and a coach give me an offer that quickly. Like it was instantaneous, but that's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Your coach has to vouch for you. Your coach has to use his connections, whatever, whatever. Right after I got that DePaul offer, I started getting offers from a bunch of D3 schools around the area. Then the D2 schools came in. Then the NAIA schools started to come in. And then the D2, you know what I'm saying? All of these schools are right there, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that's all it takes. That's all I was hearing, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get that first offer, it's gonna pile in. It's gonna start going, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get that first offer, it's gonna go. You're gonna see it, you know what I mean? First you get that first offer. And it's crazy. Like there's no secret to it. It's all about connections. And that's how it is in the real world. Being out in the real world and getting my master's degree and all of that and seeing all of this stuff that goes on, this is all connections. Everything about recruiting, everything about ranking, stars, offers, whatever is connections. It's all connections. You know what I'm saying? It's talent, just a little bit. It's a little bit of talent. Obviously, you got to be talented to get an offer, but it's all connections. Who do you know? Who do your coaches know? What spaces have you been in? What camps have you gone to? What have you done here? What have you haven't done? You know what I'm saying? It's all connections and off. It's all connections, bro. I promise you, the moment you realize how connection-based this thing is, you got to start playing the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Start talking to your coaches. Hey, coach, I really want to go to this school. Do you have a connection at this school? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all connections. It's all of that. You got to have a good support system around you. You know what I'm saying? Your coaches, your recruiting coordinator, all of that. They all have to be there. You know what I'm saying? But stop worrying about the stars. Stop worrying about the rankings. Go out there and play your game. And I can guarantee you anything that you're looking for will come. You have to go out there and show it, though. If you're going out there and not playing at your best, or you're not doing what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get nothing. You know what I mean? You ain't get nothing. But we're gonna wrap today's episode up. I'm very glad I got to have some of these conversations with you. I like having these. I'm gonna have some lighthearted episodes here and mix them in. You know what I mean? I don't like being super, super duper serious all the time. You know what I mean? But once I get this new setup going, we're gonna start actually getting into we're gonna start teaching y'all some football, okay? We're 20 episodes in. It's about time, you know what I mean? It's about time. But thank you guys for everything. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue to keep growing. Make sure you guys are following all the pages. Trust Troupey Podcast on the podcast page. Troupey Whoopie on my main TikTok page. Troupey Whoopie on YouTube. And then at Trust Troupey Podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I love y'all. I fuck with y'all. Listen, you ain't got to like me. You ain't got to love me. But you can trust me. You know what I mean? Episode 20, Trust Troupey Podcast. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.